What is this thing? Ooh, coral snuff. But a bunch of doors tied to a post by a bloody refuse scattered at his feet. Beard is mad in a mess, desperate hag state.
You're just in time. Another moment more and I would have been dead.
Who are you?
Jordan, red-handed of the imposters of men. Well, formerly of the imposters of men.
He laughs a little too loudly.
Deckhand I am.
That's a
right sorry tale, I'm afraid to say. Our ship, a beautiful ship she was too, ran aground in a storm. Waves so high we couldn't see a damn thing, you understand? Come to discover this here island's about as barren as an ancient lecher's bed. Not a scrap of nothing edible on it. And none of us were especially keen to take our turn about the wheel, so... As the months wore on and no one came looking for us, we started running low on crew and, victuals.
I ate each other.
Us were left here at the end. Might have gone a little nutty. My wrists thank you mightily.
Takes a moment to flex, bend his hands, working the circulation mechanism, his lips twist in a grimace when he runs his fingers over deep bruises or up slow.
You got a ship? Couldn't get here without one, right? You by chance have any spots open for an old dwarf like me? I might not look it, but I'm a deft hand with the rigging. Can even cook some. I owe you one, Captain. A death like this, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to repay you. You like stew? I got a great recipe. Flavor's real different, like nothing you ever tasted. I'll make it for you. You know, in thanks.
Indeed.
I found this water-stained notebook at the bottom of my satchel, and now having no use for it, I record my thoughts. I fear I'll go mad in solitary confinement for my own head. Months have passed, and we're returning this cursed island. Few supplies, the time calamity had dwindled away a little more than dust and crumbs. When it became clear that we'd be trapped in time for some time, we had to ration our food. It was half rations at first, the days wore on. Fresh water, at least, is plentiful. It bubbles from the cracks of the stones of the ruins, noted to push the surface by an unseen force of volcanism. I should have liked to have been instrument on hand to record the rate and flow of volume as it's gone. Our numbers shrink every day, cursed day. Oh, it's my clothes smell like rancid meat. The jerky we made from Carl's thigh was gone. Oh. We have learned how to cure our meat, but our blades have gone dull, and we only have seawater with which to cleanse them. None have survived an amputation since Carl's tragic passing, so we no longer bother with the practice. More's the pity, I was winging an old hand at it. Alice is lost to us today. It pains me to write the words. Through her passing comes no surprise. She drew the shortest reed. Her necklace I intended to keep, but has gone missing since her death. Chillman has fought, blah, blah, blah. Talking about eating people. So few of us remain angry them. Eleanor says we might fashion a raft large to escape this place. He is mad. We belong to Sile now. It belongs to us. Stew. Island name? What? The name of this land shall be Fatland. You see, important missive. Dear Watcher, I find myself in need of someone who's speak of their brand of talents, and I, with your business transaction went so grandly, I appreciate the opportunity to hire you again. Please convince me at dunnage to your fortune proceedings. Why am I naming this island? It's weird. Alright. Water? Why are we drinking water again? Go view solitary rice farm. And they drink that brandy real quick. Alright, what's going on here? Didn't I just get somebody? Sailor experience 10. Novice deckhand. Still need a surgeon. Okay. Oh. Oh, there he is. Malicious. Okay. Next time I stop where I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of whatever. Batland. Hi, Captain, letting you know if you're hollow head. Oh no, Chapotec. I'm losing like all sorts of guys. Guess I'm getting lots of water. Bruh, I am like losing it. I lost a whole bunch. Alright. There's people all over the place. What are you? Helmsman, Cannoneer. Oh, slavers. Oh, I am in a bad spot. It's bored. Board it up. Go to town.
That order's too tall.
Never you mind that, miss. I'll land the next one.
Alright, what do I want here? No, wait. Exceptional. So I had a little run-in with Ben, and Ben dragged it to my doorstep. You could have wiped your feet before you stomped in, but I digress. I know what you did, and I know who you are, and unlike my unfortunate block-headed second-in-command, I recognize the threat when it smacks me upside the head. This is me, Captain Elias, commander of the God's Stamnu Blood Principe, leader of the second largest fleet of pirates in the godforsaken Deadfire. I'm powerful and strange watcher to come meet me under strictest parley at Fort Deadlight. Which is to say, I promise not to gut you when you arrive at dinner and drink. Heartstone chat, but I'd like to offer you a partnership in this glorious and glorious diary. I scratch your back, you gut. My enemies from hip to jaw, we laugh at our deaths over the bottle of the finest rum. Oh, and when you come, bring candied nuts. Your newest and dearest friend. This is not a trap. I did the wrong thing.
Captain. What can I do you for? Some seamen go dizzy as duck soup out here, spouting out this... ain't much there to be told, Cap. Well, if you be planning to be a right cock about it, me and Romero, we served together back on the Sorcerer.
The Sorcerer?
With the ship I were on before I sailed out with... That be it, Captain. Ooh, ask away, Cap. Formerly the Principe San Petrina. The Prince... Oh, without a home, I. They came from Granvalia, ain't more than that. Ain't for the likes... Ooh, ask away, Cap. Raiding seafaring vessels, mostly. Seasoned ship's cargo. Ain't squeamish about slaying, but be avoiding it when we can. Get your... Ooh, ask away, Cap. Aye, that I do, Cap. In least, Cap. We ain't the flog strut twixt the seaworthy vessel, and now you just need to be setting yourself to piracy. After you be talking it over with the consort. No, we ain't exactly a bunch of... Ooh, ask away, Cap. Aye, that I do, Cap. What not? Smell of the sea, a mug of spice rum in my hand. Be a pirate. Ooh, ask away, Cap. Aye, aye, Cap.
How may I be of service, my lady? I was the steward of your keep, but long before your time, I had my soul bound to a throne of Ardraban. It is... Still, it would be unseemly. With Cadnoa in ruins, I was able to salvage enough of your treasure and wealth to afford the purchase. Unfortunately, that consumed the remainder of your once considerable assets. Under the circumstances, I suggest we proceed to Nekataka, my lady. It is the
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple. Tell me what's on your mind? They're there in my head when I sleep, and sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul. Will we? Ought we? I just don't know. I trust you, Watcher. I swear I do. I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well, it's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my God, even if it kills me. Sure thing, Watcher.
Hey, Vela. I put on my boots the other day to find out they were full of crabs and seawater. You wouldn't know anything about that?
No, but I'll keep my eyes out. I hear some of the crew whispering bad things about you.
Atta girl. Divert suspicion, give him a new scapegoat. Rehearse your story so you can say it without hesitating. I knew we were right to steal you from your home as a baby.
You stood with me through more than anyone I've ever known. But a lot has happened over the last... At your suggestion, I took up Theos's mantle after we parted company. I wanted to use the Leaden Key to... So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles. Searching for the places where they operate in secret, hoping they can be reformed. task has been more difficult. I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make. Or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours. What matters is that you got us out again. After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of changing the Leaden Key would be tracking down its members and operations. Perhaps this would be easier with an example. I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Aye, right home like it was. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt. They would bleed themselves to the point of fainting. In the days that followed, a couple would die of exhaustion or infection. Yes, but the specifics depended on whom you asked. Some thought it would ward off Scan, or bring Berth's favor on their village, or Gon's blessing to their crops. I thought new leadership might guide them away from this practice. So I adjusted some of the deeds pertaining to the ownership of their land. It just so happened that a nearby Contessa, a rather prosperous one, had a claim on the village, and the fertile fields around it. I thought so, at first. The Contessa annexed the village, as I'd planned. But she didn't, and while it continued, she taxed the villagers to pay for the plantation she was building, and conscripted half of them to defend it. I had to do something, didn't I? I keep wondering what I might have done differently. Or how I could have known better. I suppose I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and... that. I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I've found several references, but I want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then I promise...
You told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand. Not because I got anything against you, more that the trouble seems to come look. Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, real nice of you to share. Someday, wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last. But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me. Well, you were having a silent chat with the dead dwarf lady when I met you. Takes a special type to overlook something like that. I've been meaning to ask, though. How is it you never seem to lose your way? What is it tells you you're on the right path? Well, hard to argue with that. When I was a boy, things were simpler. Aethys was more like a character we read about in church. Yeah, well, most stories had him helping folks. You pray to him, he might help you too. There was no cost to it. Following Aethys was right. Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen? That's something we can ask for? Anyway, I think this was just a long way of saying, makes me feel like I'm doing some good. Yes? One would hardly imagine, but then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen. Well, Governor Clario seemed honest.
I'd still the only thing more date. As I visited my father. Not well. Years of still, time had worn down his edges. Like an old Stelgar with dull teeth. I used to see him as an iron type. I simply came to realize that he was ultimate. I don't condone his violence, or his temper. But I do pity him for his failings, and forgive him of his flaws. I don't know about that. And my father, for all... It may seem strange, but I find it easier to forgive my father. My mother knew what he was like, and she spent most of my life away with her Thane. We were both liabilities to her. Her alcoholic hut, so she kept us both at a distance, though we couldn't damage her prospects. It was. As a matter of fact, I visited my father. I hadn't seen... It was. As a matter... I visited... My father was steward to an earl in the Seathwood. My mother entered into a handling with a... I think they must have loved each other. It was. It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the Leden...
Hey, look who it is.
Yeah? Tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head. Sometimes I can taste them. We talking during the... No need to fit... We talk... Well, before he... Aethys and I think which means the part of him that could have... No need to fiddle-foot around. Sure thing, watch.
You must gather your party before venturing.
You must gather your party before venturing forward. Because reasons. Got it. Alright, now the question is... Nope. How do we skedaddle out of here? Oh, is it this? I would like to go to world map. I can do nothing. Nothing is permissible. Something weird happened.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
The X button not working? Alright. Let's reload. There we go. Freak, man. Alright, onward and upward. What heavy thud the blade arcs downward, evoking. Kiss straightens it, his gaze finds you and fixes you with a single pointed finger from the blade.
Come at last! Stay Hayim Kamur, sister! Auspices of a visitation and the return of the Dusk Speaker? Truly a day of glory this! Truly I hear the call of winter! Can't fault your hearing! No. Limergand has blessed this outpost with a messenger. It appears for but minutes at a time, yet is a thing of great beauty. But you are of the... No matter. Who among Vatnir, our mentor, foretold your coming? He described you perfectly from top. Come in, Dusk Speaker, come in. Be sure to speak with our... Cask the beer. The Dusk Speaker has arrived.
I always thought this is having 4 legs.
Yes? Well, ain't she just a basket of warm and welcome?
That ain't the tone of a lass glad to spy you, Cap. More than I'm familiar with it myself.
From my mother. She taught me many things. To shape the ice, to hone an obsidian blade, to clean the carcass of a sea. Do you jest? It clearly represents Rimergand, the beast of winter, the final god. Obviously. Because the gods are limited to a single form. Is there something you need? Other than that it grows wider each moon and will in time swallow the whole of Eora? Not particularly. Vatnir. His features will identify him. I am a creature out of place. Few respect art in the white that wins if it doesn't serve a function. If you can't carry it with you. Elsewhere, there would be little interest in an art. Only here is its in...
keeping what's in there.
Dusk Speaker! I'd like to speak, if you've a moment. You are the Dusk Speaker, Nye? It's all a bit much, isn't it? The end of the world rubbish. Well, we all could, actually. We could really use... There's another group up top. On top of the ice, I mean. High above the watch. They make it very difficult to... Another group of Rimmergun's worshippers. We call them the Lost Pilgrims. Wal only knows. They seem to think they're... Nivadir thinks they've all gone a bit mad out. Finally, good news! The Pilgrims keep camp in the ruins atop the ice wall. High Harbinger Vatnir can explain. Was there... something else you... I may be no Valbranthor, but I've winters enough for certain. I've been here for a solid 10 winters already. Came looking for... strictly, speaking in a religious set. Whatever needs doing. The whole community works together.
Level time.
What can I do?
Yes?
What can I do you for?
Yeah?
A plane Earth rises upwards, bringing sun like a protective frozen growing grass above Earth.
You require, you need but ask. I will strive to deliver. Oh, and before I forget, a welcoming gift.
Thanks.
What I have is yours, for trade.
Interesting.
Hello again. Of course. He casts no summoning spell. Death walks in hand with life in the white Gwens. The priests of the wheel would have you believe they follow one. It is not so. I found a rift once, at the bottom of the world, and in it a camp. A clan's worth of Glamfellan, huddled and still. Their story, I chase not the end, but accept its inevitability.
A single incident hardly speaks to a fundamental...
You are correct. Every incident speaks. Come, come, shake off the snow. What I have is... And why shouldn't we fear death? What offers a return to life cleansed of experience and understanding, ignorant to fail? But the beast would spare us this suffering. But it seems our guest has... Look upon the Dusk Speaker, and be glad, brothers and sisters, for she heralds an end to your suffering. Rarely do we who are chosen. I present to you the Watcher of Cadnua, mother of the Defiance Bay riots, in whose wake fell the Hollowbone curse upon the Deerwoods, and whose very stone and soil gave rise to the great green giant that even now strides across the Deadfire. Full glad are they to see you, Watcher, for they came to pay homage to Remergand, and bear with your coming fulfills prophecy, hides the Dusk Speaker. So false. We did not title you baselessly. Now, if we may have the pleasure of your company. The messenger, we go forth and bear witness to it. Don't leave me behind!
He's here for me!
The messenger awaits you. I shall follow close behind.
What do you suppose that bally thing is?
Indeed.
All right, let's take care of this business.
He returns! He returns!
It's a dragon!
So close. Such grace! Such majesty! No! Don't leave! Come back!
They're happy? These folks are making the Scanites look downright reasonable.
The dragon or his running shell, shaped like a dragon, turns glowing eye upon you, throws gaze from yourself, prying your spirit. A low growl. Girls are unfazed. Just wait. Alright, what are we auto pausing for?
Equal as a bump on a pickle.
Alright. Let's try this again.
I can hold out.
I need some.
That hardly seems fair. Smarts, don't it? We're dropping like flies. Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Got him, barely. Dang, girl! Well, that was easy. Was it, though? Jeez.
What is happening? Where is Vatnik? Stop!
All right. Indeed.
Nice.
Our slabbering lads Rick Skilter off. Are you spying, Watcher?
I'm not hiding. I had to sacrifice something that I was saving for the messenger, and I couldn't find it, so I was looking for it. That's good. That it's dead. It's been harrying the. Each time it comes, the ice spreads further. I didn't know how to end it. I don't know what to tell you. It's a dragon.
You're full of horse apples, you mean?
This place is holy to him, so perhaps I'm not wrong. No. Whatever answers you seek, you will likely find within the temple. Our elders told stories about this place. The Veetmouth, the White Moor, and about the endless... A few years ago, a man named Glassval led his clan to the Frost-hewn breach in Eir Glanfath, seeking a path from this world to the realm of Rimergard. They never returned. It's true. Straight. Of course they aren't. They pray that Rimergard delivers this world from suffering. The tale passed from mouth to ear to mouth again, and people began to think, if Glassval could escape, why can't we? I suppose I saw in that an opportunity. A chance to leave the land behind. The lie was more successful than I could have imagined. And I can imagine quite... I don't know. Perhaps it's because of the Veetmouth. It's not that... We're rare, the god touch. Growing to adulthood in the land, in the Whited Wens, it's difficult enough. Those of us who do survive, our community's expecting. I became... Because you're the Dusk Speaker? Oh no, that's certainly happening. It's simply not my, the focus of... Sorry, the dragons, the more immediate reputation. Don't you? You're coming to the Deadfire. It seemed too great an opportunity to ignore. Like the Frost-hewn breach, it's a passage through the walls to the White Void, specifically. Seat of Rimergard himself. What? I'm not... I need to... My people need me, here. Fine.
This chart's more than passing close to slavery, Captain Watcher. And you know how I'll be feeling about slavery.
You'll need to climb the cliff overlooking Harbinger's Watch. That's the only way we know to enter. Here...
Well, ain't you hospitable all of a sudden?
No, I want you to succeed.
Where are you?
Well, you see, I was... we...
What? No, of course not. I just... Well, what? Rimergard's messenger has...
Survive and keep our work going.
I should probably get back to the surface.
Hello again. The accommodations are...
Oh, wonderful.
The truth has been revealed. Even endings end. And you have brought that to us. Thank you, Dusk Speaker. Oh, of course. See anything that interests? It is not... They may come out a bit hard and cold. You say that this is the end of the world? What fool would not take a look for yourself?
Absolutely.
Good that you're fellow traveler. I've room shot there if you seek. Yeah, the very spirit of alcohol brings a bit of oblivion upon. Is there aught you require? I did, and I am. Though, why bother if it isn't? I'm under no illusion. Why lose sleep over trivialities? We brew Reamshot not merely for it serves well enough. I've seen machines strike. I've more than half a mind to add a little of that, whatever it is, to the latest batch. Not entirely, though. I've not been awarded. Were you to harvest fluid from one of them, I would happily. I'll accept as much of the stuff as you. A boat? It's not a place one swims to. The world's end may.
I think I'm gonna come back here another time. If that monster really beat the crap out of me. And I go level up a little bit and come back.
Ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000,000 bells ringing all at once. You are alone. And then, you are not. An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the pallid night.
Watcher,
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
The pallid knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the Beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berith dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodika strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berith? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the pallid knight from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Wodika throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
The figure beside the aspect of Berith flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the Beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide. Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys's return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wodika suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, And here is the Watcher who wiped dear, desperate Alice's mind. You could have let my followers help her kill the man who tormented her. But you did not. Curious.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice. The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
The Pallid Knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magrin's direction.
Magrin speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Worika waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys, other than decisive, final action.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted.
The Pallid.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
Good. I have to do the whole thing again. I'm very excited. Oh, good. Good. All right. Perfect. Captain little Lucia stands outside, looking like someone who had just lost a bet. Captain comes out of their ship and her eyes and looks derelict. Little Lucia leads you up small gaggle, pawning a holy symbol. Edelgon points towards the ports. Bad omen, Captain, we should give them. Whether they meant or their trouble, mark my word. Jordi chuckles. We don't even know if it's dead, much less what fills their holds. Stephen shakes his head at Jordi. Thoughtful Shote rubs knuckle against her jaw. Seek movement on this deck. Inside Jordi of my sorts. I can't say our captain lacks forgets. Bill Captain Lucia says grimly, but running to prepare a skiff. I rowed the ship and lashed the skiff into place. Hearing nothing save the creaking of wood and the gentle lapping of the sea, climb aboard, and the first thing that greets you on the middeck is a pair of corpses dressed in simple breastplates. A little flesh they retain, shriveled tight against their bones, and the sun bleached portions of their skull. Sickness is the fact of life, but for crops and people I know, but that doesn't mean I like it. Lantern over the corpse, making swift work of our harvest. To do whatever killed them has run its course. Aloth holds its sleeves in his mouth. Put its main deck, scattered sleeves. Blast touch. Enter the hold. Takes time, Eder manages to clear the blockage open the hold. Stench of rotting meat, the black cloud of flies pours forth. Find several corpses scattered around the hole. There's some searching. You find a barrel of pitch, a few buckets of nails, and generous length of canvas for patch and fill. Just about. And there's a prayer. I'm sure I sent it to the ocean floor. Let's give it a go. See what happens.
I'll be seeing you soon.
This is not going very well. I'll just let it run its course.
Don't whack him any harder. Don't show him the feather yet.
Another withers on the vine. Rebirth awaits me. We're dropping like flies.
Whiffed. Wow.
The fuzzball's checked in.
Reap what I sow.
Embarrassing.
That's not very helpful.
Can't make a dent.
Why aren't you using health potions when I want you to? I don't understand.
Hey, it's...
Oh, it's almost time for bed. All right. Can I attack that guy?
dropping like flies.
How may I help?
What can I do? Hogwash!
That's not very helpful.
Will you please just do the one thing I asked you to do and use this healing potion? Oh my gosh. I don't understand why this is so difficult.
Sorry, another withers on the vine.
Oh my goodness.
How may I help? I need some help here.
Yeah. Say your prayers.
Taxed to my limit.
What can I do you for? What can I do you for? We're dropping like flies!
I need some help here. Oh?
need something stronger. Yeah.
How may I help?
My lantern flickers. We're dropping like flies. My lantern flickers.
Fight on, Jyoti!
Alright. Alright, let's see. Quest update, see motion. We're doing difficulty to the lowest difficulty possible. Little chance. Auto level companions. Alright. Okay. First things first, I need you to go... Let's actually have you run this way. I want to control you. Okay, so then...
Another wither on the vine.
We're losing folks.
You died like instantly, what in the world?
That's not very helpful.
Wait, I don't know. Did I crash again?
Can't make a dent.
Alright, how do I cheat, game? I don't like the fact that I can't just cheat and win this battle. It's very bad, poorly designed game. If I can't just cheat and win every battle that I want to play in. Very poorly designed. Okay. No, don't pause. I don't need to watch this again.
Oh, wonderful.
Glad to. Yes?
Applies a consistent level of chance of players when exploring Deadfire. Down depending on the player character's relative for the intended level of the scene. No, because they're not doing that. Because they're just being hard. It seems to only scale the level upwards to keep pace with the player arrive at a higher level than intended. Adjusted downward. Oh, levels were not adjusted downward. Conversation options. Show tutorial pop-ups. Oh, I need to go to bed. Stupid fucking game. That's really pissing me off. Oh, good. Why? Why is it a failure? Oh my gosh, game. What in the fuck? I'm just trying to get out of this part of the goddamn world. This fucking piece of shit. Oh my gosh, driving me nuts. I was doing fine until the goddamn game crashed. And now it's like, fuck you. Oh good, I'm going back into town. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Absolutely. You must gather.
So far this game is much worse than Pillars of Eternity. Whatever. Oh, it's this asshole again. Alright, let's try this again. Fuck you, game. Oh my goodness. Plague ship! There might be something worthwhile aboard. The cruise's glance catch how inclined to proceed. Captain Blair said his voice for husband. I think anyone would come to our aid. The deckhand said, "We don't have supplies to retrieve." It's not killed anyone. I would looked away, but it stops her strength. We spread throughout the hill. As the words hit this point of frustration.
The ring. You are and
okay.
The shifting.
Watch. I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
The pallid, her sick, the figure, the goddess.
Does it?
From out of he does not Wodik.
Move?
the Mogren's.
I acted it to move against him while his plans are unknown would be the
pallid.
No.
Another.
Let's all Aethys.
You look up then into Helios scan.
Then.
Scan. Scan.
Helios'
feathered crest stands on end.
Your power.
The pallid night.
Aethys can both stand.
Mogren. She begins. Mogren's.
Even if we managed.
The
Mogren.
Wodika wait. Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked.
We will.
The pallid. The word.
Follow.
The black.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
She stared. You blink.
Shakaroni.
I'm glad to see you in good health.
Yes? Hey, look who it is.
Feeling okay?
Watcher. It's nothing but a wake and take. Watcher, you see those shambling... I see a body of stitched together parts and flayed flesh. It's got 3 heads and 4 stretched limbs. The beast is big as a mountain, and I know it ain't really there. Lately, It's been getting worse. I got my eyes wide open, staring, and every soul looks so ripe. Darn near rotten with a need for reaping. Dark days are coming for Kithkind. When the last light of hell, I think we... But does Gon want me to stop it? Or to help? I sure hope you're right, Watcher. No. I know. So until I figure out what's needed of me, we'll figure this out. I'm carrying more souls than I've ever shepherded before. So, I don't know that it'll work this time. If we stop by the temple in Neketaka, I can perform the ritual. Please, I need the relief. I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind. Sure thing. I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind. They're there in my head. And sometimes... You need me, I'll be too...
What's a bilge swallow?
That's what be a bilge swallow. Ahoy, Captain. What can I do?
Alright, I need to get going. Yeah, it's getting late. Shaven Bird drops a damp missive on your deck. Oh, Kalajar, Captain of the Defiant. I know you were thinking I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs like you. I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs, and cherish with equal affection. We limited beings, and so much love spread and pleasant and fair and fortune. That's why I've come to optimize affection and control my creature care. I bring you the critter Clever. Clever is a handy ethics-free apparatus shanked from the genuine something. The best you can come see. See the Clever Cleaver remembers. Right in there, remembers. Perfect pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. It is going to be the side of the Cleaver's business since you're doing a favor at epic proportions. Give the critter Cleaver a whirl. Its folks are using it. Everyone wants a turn. Move to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is the perfect overlook in Nekata. Find the Clever just due west of the wooden fellow, friend of fellow animal lover. Affix the insert receptacles, but accepts Orleans and give it a good scrubbing. You're welcome. Okay, we're gonna pause there. So I don't get caught up in something else. Alright. What a night. This game's crashed like 4 times.